Welcome to Rich Conversations. Let's talk about the greatest coach in NFL history, Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick coached the New England Patriots to 6 Super Bowl wins. Amazing. Fantastic. And I'm not one of the people who get mad or jealous at other people or teams for the collective success that they have. In fact, I'm someone who wants to study from people who achieve greatness over and over and over again and find out what they are doing, and I can apply it myself, right? I don't get mad at winners. I respect winners. And I think that's where we should start with Belichick, is he has such respect for the history of the sport and the history of all the players and coaches and people who came before him that have allowed him the platform to do what he loves most, and that's coach football. He loves football. He loves football. And we talked about Nick Saban and how these two are very kind of intertwined. They both love football. They're friends. They'll have incognito, off-the-grid meetups where they talk about football. Bill Belichick was also raised on the east part of the United States, in the Annapolis area, but also a big student of Stoicism philosophy, this branch of philosophy in Western civilization, where you take anything that's happening and you don't let emotions or outside external things affect how you make a decision. You be clear, objective, and you focus on what's in your control, right? Many things are out of our control, but we look at what is in our control to achieve the outcome that we want, right? Now, that kind of brings in the motto that's often associated with Belichick, and that's do your job. Simple, right? And I think this sort of intertwines with Phil Jackson a bit, with coaching the Chicago Bulls and Los Angeles Lakers to 11 championships, where Belichick isn't going to use this terminology, but we're on a journey together, right? Our goal is to win a championship. And in order to realize that and to celebrate that, to win, we all have to fulfill the role that we have. Everybody has a role, and some are big, some are small, but we all have to do and execute the role that we are assigned or we self-assign to get there, right? So it's very similar with Belichick, where everybody has a job on this team. If we all do our jobs and do what we have to do, we're going to win. And the players that Bill would bring in, you have to find people or players that fit what you're trying to do. Now, a lot of teams, they just try to draft the most talented person, or who fans want. Bill has kind of an elaborate system for selecting the players he wants to coach. And that's, we got to find people who are smart, versatile as players, selfless, and tough. Those are 4 huge components of the players that he wants to coach, so that you can kind of be very flexible, very, very fluid in how you approach every single game, right? So if this team does that, well, we can now do this. So it's not just a one, this is how our team is, this is what we do best, we're going to do this every single game. It's not like that. It's what do we need to do to win this game? It's game by game by game. And that kind of gets into, all the best coaches have this philosophy. It's, we have a championship in our sight. We have to deconstruct what we have to do each day, each moment, take action on that, do our job, and all these actions along the way will lead to our ultimate goal, which is a championship, or in Belichick's case, a Lombardi trophy, which he achieved 6 different times. I would say the biggest thing I learned from Bill Belichick is the importance of organization to success. Back in the summer of 2022, I was involved in a gunman encounter where I was walking down the street and an SUV pulls up, doors fly open, 3 guys with Uzi guns run at me and demand I give them everything I have or they're going to shoot me. And I said no. Because it wasn't, I had a backpack full of things. It was not the technology that I cared about. It was physical notebooks. I care deeply. I write all the time. Like, these books are my life in a way. I didn't want to give them up. So we go back and forth. Let's jump time. The first book I read after the gunman encounter, of all the books I could have read, published throughout human history, I chose to read a biography of Bill Belichick because I believed that I have to get better at organizing things so that I don't put myself in this situation again where I'm saying no to people pointing guns at me because I don't want to give up these physical notebooks, right? I need a better organizational system where I can take physical things and make them digital, have a backup version of them at all times. So since then, I've developed, after reading the book and learning about how he operates things, how he approaches not only football, but life as well, I've developed a fantastic digital file organizational system, which I think Bill would be proud of. And that's been one of the most helpful things for me is learning that importance of organization and how your success, you can't just will yourself to success. You have to create sustainable organizational approaches to realize that. Shout out to Bill Belichick, the greatest coach in NFL history.